Hi, and welcome to Mind Your Health 2026. Dr. David Burke and I have decided we get to come into 2026 talking about 2025 and what we have to look forward to. So we're really excited to invite all of our viewers to join us for this episode.
I can't believe it's 2026 already. Looking forward to all the things that we're going to learn.
Exactly, that sounds wonderful. So this is a must-see TV here on Mind Your Health. Again, what sets us apart, and I think is really important, we're both basically scientists, and we're here not to tell you what's right or wrong, but to invite you to listen and question and learn and ask, and we'll be here to provide answers. One of the things we're excited about is every single episode practical, and we want you to have takeaways. We want you to be able to take the information that you have and actually put it to use and put it to work.
Mind your health. You got to mind your health. Mind your health. Treat yourself. You got to mind your health.
Well, welcome back. I think today's episode, we're going to review everything we learned in 25 and kind of dabble in what we're going to learn in 26.
David and I have actually had a lot of fun chatting about that because it was basically two people having different lenses that we see the world through. I could come up with about 16 amazing, funny things that we learned that were all actually pretty serious, but the way that they were presented was happy and fun. And I think that's what I'm so proud of what we've done here at Mind Your Health.
I agree. And I think we looked at, I know I personally looked at some of the things we learned about stretching, exercise, and taking those things to heart to better our health.
Well, in a year where things like vaccinations were controversial, and we had flu vaccinations on the air, and we've interviewed fantastic physicians about some of the pros and cons and things about vaccinations. I think that's always super interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I think as we look at the whole person,
Yes.
not only for treatment of disease and health, but prevention. We as a country and as an individual, we don't do enough for preventative medicine.
If you haven't really watched Mind Your Health before, let us tell you real quickly, since we have the episode to kind of share a little bit about our philosophy and what our goal was. It's mind, muscle, mouth, and medicine. And it's the integration of these 4 pillars of health that seem like they're silos, but when all is said and done, they're actually all enmeshed, and you can't separate one from the other.
And you can even extrapolate that onto exercise and how,
That's
doing this over here is going to help this disease over there. So I totally agree with all that.
And it's fun because you're a pharmacist, Doctor of Pharmacy. It's been really interesting because we've had the opportunity to look through your lens and perspective from a medicine point of view. So we've talked about things you love, things that you question, things that are great. And I think when it comes to health and wellness, in today's world, again, we're learning that medicine can look like a lot of things. I mean, we talked about even mobility equipment as a way of calling it medicine, if you will.
Yeah, no, and I agree. And I think one of the things that I personally liked looking at was food.
Yes.
Food is medicine.
Yeah.
So, I went to pharmacy school, and it was, here's the disease, here's the drug for it, and moving on. So much now is, like I said, more holistic.
Yeah.
Here's the disease, here's the exercise that should probably go with it, here's the diet that should go with it, here's all the medicine, of course, that goes with it, but more holistically that we're looking at in 2025 that we didn't go in the 70s when I went to pharmacy school.
Exactly. And with 2026 coming, we've had an opportunity to sort of, well, what we're hoping is to be on the cutting edge, to really give you some information that is evidence-based. That's what really sets us apart, is we're trying really hard to look at the literature, get professionals who are credible, and give you things that you can take to the bank, if you will, practical information, education, and resources, so that if you want more information, we'll be able to provide you with that. Let's talk about some of the guests that we're going to have.
Yeah. So before we went there, I was just going to say about the evidence-based. So many. So we're in the age of information, right? The explosion of the internet. Not everything on the internet is true. Dr. Google doesn't know everything.
Doggone.
I think it's helpful for us to hear differing opinions and then talk about that.
Sure.
Say, does this sound reasonable? Is this sort of the right track? Because forever medicine was right, like you said, evidence based. Now there's so many opinions. I can find 5 doctors that have 5 different opinions. So
Exactly. And I think all we want to do is we want to open up conversations and we run. That's what's been fun. And I hope what's going to be fun for 2026 is open up conversations. And if we have spirited discussions, we have spirited discussions. And I think that's what makes it so wonderful. If we can do that in the context of active listening and kind of come into Mind Your Health with an open heart and open mind, there's so much to learn. One of the things I want to say is about science in general. Science in general, the goal of science, they always are looking to disprove what they've already proven, right?
right.
And improve. And so the beautiful part about science is it's evolving and changing and morphing. And so just because we believe something 10 years ago doesn't mean it can't shift and change now. That's what's really important to note and something that Mind Your Health feels strongly about.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think as the scientific community continues to learn, and I dare say even AI is going to change things.
That's right.
The computer is going to be able to test and uh, refine and troubleshoot so many issues coming down the pike. It's going to be interesting to see what
Now that
happens.
we're bringing that up, again, with Mind Your Health, we're not here to disclaim, oh, AI, good thing, AI, bad thing. We just want to present some options. How can it be? How can it work for us? What are some caveats? What are some things we may need to worry about? And really present all of those things.
Well, I think what I'm learning about AI is it's not going to be good or bad,
No.
but it is inevitable. It's coming.
Correct.
So how do we use it? Right. How do we use it to maximize our health? How do we use it to maximize the betterment of society
Correct.
instead of just, all the crazy stuff?
Exactly. And the other thing that you and I have learned, albeit David came into this a bit reluctantly, is that you cannot separate your physical health from your brain health because your brain is an organ and it has a lot of functions, and oftentimes even I mean, think about it. You even told me the gut is considered the second brain. So we're learning about the integration of all these systems, which is really pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I totally agree. And I'm really excited about what we're going to do for 26. I think we're both open to wherever the road takes us. So if
Exactly.
I'm happy to talk with somebody that I may or may not agree with, or more importantly, that I just don't really know a whole lot about.
And it's
So
because hopefully we'll answer a lot of questions. I look at the question, for me anyway, because I'm always interested in medicine and what is new, what's going on. Last year, I know we were talking about GLP-1s, and that was sort of a brand new thing. And as they get more refined and sophisticated,
Well, it's funny too. So we talked about GLP-1s, and obviously, the weight loss was huge, but now it's morphing into a lot of cool stuff. I've seen, prevention of Alzheimer's and dementia. I mean, I think about that, what the implications of that could be. So it's a lot of cool stuff coming.
exactly. And I think that that's kind of fun because you start on one path, and if you're open to it, it integrates. I'm still big into sleep, and I know we talk about that all the time. How sleep is probably the one superpower that is free, natural, and here for all of us if we take advantage of it. So I'm excited to kind of do a little bit of a deeper dive into sleep.
So, and it's funny too. So at the my practice, it's probably my number 1 or 2 question
Oh,
with
is it
people
really?
that they have trouble sleeping, and that opens up a huge areas. Is it because we're older and we just need less sleep? Is it depression? People don't like to admit it, but classic number 1 sign of depression is not sleeping well.
Is it anxiety?
Don't look at me.
Yeah, I'm having anxiety.
No, right. So, and is it a function of males getting up to go to the bathroom and then it's hard to get back to sleep at night. Or I have people say, I have no trouble falling asleep, but 2 hours later I'm awake and
Yeah.
can't get back to sleep. Or I sleep a chunk, or every night I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, I tell you what, if I could cure sleep without a narcotic,
You'd be
I'd be a gazillionaire.
I have such a protocol for you. We should talk about at a later time.
Well, we tie in exercise, we tie in all those kind of things, the lifestyles. But I've seen, yeah, I walk the car and walk back and forth.
Stop it.
I've seen members of my household be on her electronic device at 11 o'clock, 11:30, turns it off at midnight, and then says, "Oh, I can't sleep. I didn't sleep well last night." Well, you're stimulating the brain. You gotta change your thought process.
Well, and perhaps that's something we can learn this year is let's talk about screens and technology. He gave me that look like it's still not okay at 2 in the morning. But, how do we use it efficiently? And I know for a lot of us who have kids, oh my gosh, if there's one thing all my kids talk about, my grandkids, it's like the screen time. I want to string them up. But it's got to be good for them in some way. So I think it's just figuring out how to manage all that.
Right. Well, it's a learning tool. And it's like anything. You can't.
Do you use it like chat and all that kind of stuff?
I don't chat. I mean, like ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So it depends. Yeah, I do. If I'm preparing a speech or writing a letter or something, I'll do that kind of stuff. But I would not. I'm a huge social media person.
Okay. But we use it sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I keep my contacts very small. I don't want to see your cat videos. I don't want to see what you had for dinner last night.
Videos are so cute.
Yeah, that's why I blocked you.
He did not block me. He is kidding about that. You did not block. Oh, that is so bad. So we've talked about muscle and movement. We've talked about medicine quite a bit. We've talked about the mind because I think sleep represents that too.
Absolutely.
And we've talked about food, and you can see how they kind of morph into one different thing. So again, for anyone joining us here in 2026 on Mind Your Health, we hope there's something for everyone. Again, what sets us apart, and I think is really important, is we're both basically scientists, and we're here not to tell you what's right or wrong, but to invite you to listen and question and learn and ask, and we'll be here to provide answers. One of the things we're excited about is every single episode practical, and we want you to have takeaways. We want you to be able to take the information that you have and actually put it to use and put it to work.
Yeah, I like your point too. It's very conversational. It's the three of us or you and I with a guest, just talking conversation of what a particular topic and how this can make us better and healthier.
So it's user friendly.
I like it.
Can I occasionally throw in a new big word that I've learned?
I'm ready.
Okay, there you go. Because that's the fun part about being a pharmacist is he's got words that are this big. So we have this kind of competition going.
I'll still go block you.
Oh, listen to him. Anyway, thank you all for joining us for the 2026 Mind Your Health podcast. We're excited and we look forward to bringing you lots of information, lots of fun, lots of education, and lots of guests.
Please join us.
Mind your health. You got to mind your health.